Unmasking the Passive Voice. English Grammar Uncovered. Hello, dear learners. In today's video, we are going to explore the topic of passive voice in English. We'll focus on identifying passive voice in sentences, a crucial skill for understanding and using English effectively. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into this engaging journey of English grammar. Before we learn how to identify the passive voice, let's make sure we understand what it is. The passive voice is a way of constructing sentences where the subject of the sentence is acted upon by the verb, rather than performing the action. For instance, in the sentence, "The cake was eaten by John." The cake, the subject, is not doing any action. It's being eaten by John. Here, we are using the passive voice. This is different from "John ate the cake," where John, the subject, is doing the action, and we are using the active voice. Now, let's learn how to recognize the passive voice in sentences. One key feature of the passive voice is the use of auxiliary verbs, such as be, am, is, are, was, were, being, and been, followed by the past participle of a verb. The past participle often ends in ed for regular verbs, but not always. Some verbs have irregular past participles, like written, driven, etc. For example, in the sentence, "The report was written by the committee," was is the auxiliary verb and written is the past participle. This combination is a clue that the sentence is in the passive voice. Now it's time for some practice. Let's look at a few sentences, and you can decide if they're in the active or passive voice. 1. The car was washed by Mary. 2. She is preparing the dinner. 3. The presentation will be given by Dr. Brown. 4. The window was broken. 5. The kids are playing in the park. Take a moment to think about each sentence. The answers are: 1. Passive, was washed. 2. Active, she, the subject, is doing the action. 3. Passive, will be given. 4. Passive, was broken. Note that the performer of the action is not stated. 5. Active, the kids, the subject, are doing the action. Remember, spotting the auxiliary verb followed by a past participle is a good way to identify the passive voice. And that brings us to the end of our session on identifying the passive voice in English. I hope you found this video helpful. Keep practicing, and soon spotting the passive voice will become second nature. Remember, understanding the passive voice is a key step in becoming a more advanced English user. Until next time, keep learning, and happy studying.